Hello, my name is Braveglass, and I reached level 99 in the first dungeon of Persona 4 Golden. However, in the interest of finding the hardest possible path, I'm not quite satisfied with that. First, I should tell you how it happened. It started with fusing a Victory Cry persona, something I did off camera. This ensures your HP and SP are restored at the end of every battle. First, you have to reach level 24, then wait until April 24th in-game for a skill change day. Then, fuse a Kaimon with its Tetrakarn skill changing. After that, you just need to fuse and refuse personas loaded up with skills of that same rank until one of them turns into Victory Cry. YouTuber Corbo made a more detailed guide on this. I fused a Victory Cry Izanagi, because I think he's cool. Then I sat on that save for a while and contemplated whether I really wanted to attempt the challenge. I mean, it could take months, a year, or even more. Or so I thought. I got to grinding, spending 3 to 5 hours every day for a week. I got a lot of gold shadows, some lucky shuffle times, and some less lucky shuffle times, and progress was swift. Before I knew it, I was over level 70, and at this point I even developed a strategy around Reaper fights. First I tried it with a White Rider that could repel everything. Then I found out that Very Easy's retry in battles mechanic just lets you fully recover whenever you're down and you can't actually lose. So out of guilt I stopped doing that, and then I leveled up a bit more to create an untouchable Arahabaki. I got all of its absorb skills by fusing the persona Michael, who has a rank 8 skill in the form of Vorpal Blade. Enough of those and enough personas equaled resistance against all elements. Aside from almighty damage, of course. If I had to do it again though, I might settle for another White Rider, and hope its Hamon or Mudon changes into Mediarama, since that might be easier to rely on than the life stones I got from opening hundreds of chests. Regardless, I could comfortably down the life stones and batter the Reaper for an occasional 5,000 EXP jump. 15,000 if I let Yosuke and Chie get knocked out. So, things were going really well. And the thought of something I mentioned in my last video kept itself lodged in the back of my mind. But supposedly there will be a point where I only get 1 EXP for every battle. Haven't reached that point yet, but I've been told it exists. So where was it? Here at level 80, I was still wondering when that point would come up. It's not a point. There's no point where that happens. Turns out, regardless of difficulty, EXP earned never scales down that far. I found this GameFAQs thread from 12 years ago with a user that sounds pretty confident about how EXP scales, but when I run the numbers I'm getting with the values they have posted on the Megaten wiki, it seems like I'm getting full EXP no matter what. Which doesn't make much sense to me because I thought I was supposed to be getting 1.5 times the normal amount of EXP, and a 1.5 times modifier shouldn't negate a 0.30 times modifier. Anyway, I'm not good at math and it's a mystery to me, so let's move on, please. Instead, if you were to clear the dungeon, traverse a few dungeons ahead of it, and return to that dungeon, then and only then you will begin to receive 1 EXP for every battle. So I kept my nose down, grinded more, and after a couple more days, I reached level 99. It only took around 33 hours total. Now, as I mentioned before, I had psyched myself up to put in hundreds if not thousands of hours. So I was pretty disappointed to see that I hadn't separated myself much from just anybody who had a week off and nothing more interesting to do. And so, with that nagging feeling still inside of me, I've decided to do it again. This time on the hardest difficulty. Very hard should add a few new challenges to this run. For one, it should just be harder to set up. Taking more damage and earning less money surely won't matter eventually, but at the start it definitely will. I also won't be able to abuse Reaper fights as easily. It'll be harder to fight and I'll have to be sure I can win, otherwise I'll have to reload a save. On top of these though, the biggest thing is the penalty to EXP earned. Instead of Very Easy's roughly 1.5 times modifier, it's around a 0.5 times modifier. This alone should triple the amount of time it takes, making the estimate for this challenge somewhere near 99 hours fittingly. Meaning my total of both runs together will be around 130 hours. Hopefully, after having completed this challenge twice, once on the hardest difficulty, I'll have satisfied the part of me that wishes to be distinguished. If not, well, we'll just have to find a harder path. If anyone sees this, I hope you'll subscribe and keep up to date with where this journey goes. I also hope you'll stop by while I'm live and chat with me too. It can get pretty boring after all. For now though, thanks for watching.